specialized in soda special drink woman so yasene emeye de kasebo no brem na tiffin sembi ene se mampeni mahama akasa se ebibre mu atoya man ahodo bi obehwe se sukufo bi ebenya no kwa ababesua de e wo manga na universities mu
na Nigerian president ebepie mu no wo de sembi atodwa wo se aman wodo ni na ahwe no wo ma enkabom emra se ne ebeye a yebeko etia eyeku a ekoso a West Africa no emu
Chief Justice Enyane TSA yatwena sensen kakra na pani bi de atodwa ekyiremu se emfa emra kwan so sanity ampa
na krata ababeka yensa efro mampani akache ene se Chief Justice ene dey yatwe no asensen
na yebehwe na yakonsam fufuro mu na yatumi ahwe se MPP amayoko na hobo abe no mo ye se 2028 ombasan aba na nkodie ayo omodia
Nana dey ye kasei ye Metropolitan Archbishop ebo Cape Coast ye Reverend Charles Gabriel odinsem bia todwa wase ye Cardinal Apia wono en wo sefata se ye pepopu foforo dia wono en wo experience a emu odin a wo betumi edi se dibre
Esemika ho ani adebram se kasebo akenkanfo ye me eja kwabena nene
Nana Ekwia Kobi
Afrika sebo no emu ensemnie Ebribe mu atoya mampanyifo ehia ewo enkran ha etoato adwene se na be betumi aboa ma aman ahodo yi ebusua boda ye no muntam no betumi akoyie ye didwa ne hu ye hu se ebusua baako na ne metumi akoyie na bra adwumedie ne koso no ye mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene kasa adwumedie na se na ne se mo kan no wo kyese wo hwe a ehu behia se yetumi enya adesuamu so emfaso se Ghana o Burkina Faso se ye Togo se Nigeria obi biara oyesa omanu muni no ese yetumi esuasuade bia na Ghana ni ko Nigeria ni eba Ghana no betumi aboye pa amabusuabo no etumi akoye ti wahyebo se wototo niema se anya hwe kura no asuafo be ye apem 1000 ewa bibremu atoyi aman ahodo bi mu no wombe ma o ma ba kwa abesuade ewo universities o Ghana ha
Distinguished guests, let this 50th anniversary be a turning point for diplomacy in West Africa. Let us invest more in early warning systems, mediation capacities, and youth and women as peace builders. Let us position our sub-region ECOWAS not only as a political and economic bloc, but as a diplomatic anchor for the continent, a model of integration, dialogue, and peaceful coexistence. To mark this moment and strengthen regional bonds, Ghana is offering 1,000 scholarships to tertiary students from across the ECOWAS sub-region to study in our universities. This is not just a gesture, it is an act of solidarity. It is a bridge to a future where our young people will grow up seeing each other not as foreigners, but as partners. Excellencies, as we look to the next 50 years, let unity and solidarity lead us. Let that be our guide on how we respond to insecurity, how we manage our diversity, and how we build our prosperity together. ECOWAS must remain a forum for listening. It must be a space for healing, a home for visionary African-led solidarity and diplomacy. Ghana reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the ECOWAS vision and to the values of dialogue, peace, and partnership that sustain it.
Na wasa jumedie ya seno Nigeria womo president Bola Ahmed Tinubu wono nso ede nsem bi atudwa na nsem odi tudwa ni na ne se wo penka bom enti wo man ahodo ni na wo mo hwe no wo mo kan wo mo humum se ne ebe ya wo mo bekon etia ku ene ntokwa masabasa ye a ekoso wo man ahodo bebre mu no se ne ebe ya West Africa ye betumi afantoma pa ede efra.
We have championed peace through ECOMOG's valiant efforts, mediating conflicts in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia. We have introduced the ECOWAS passport, symbolizing our commitment to free movement. We have also advanced democratic norms, standing firm against tyranny and supporting transitions to constitutional governance. However, the journey towards a truly united and prosperous region is far from over. We must confront the hard truths of our present reality. Despite our shared vision, too many of our citizens still live in poverty. Too many of our children lack access to quality education. And too many of our youth remain unemployed, disillusioned, or forced to seek opportunities abroad. Our region continues to grapple with new and evolving threats: violent extremism, climate change, and food insecurity. The wave of unconstitutional changes in our region seriously threatens the democratic gains we have painstakingly built. As the current chair of ECOWAS, I reaffirm Nigeria's unwavering commitment to the fundamental principles that bind us: democracy, the rule of law, good governance, and regional solidarity. These are not just ideals, they are the foundations for peace, development, and the dignity of our people.
ECOWAS amanya hodo ayeka omasana se ECOWAS school no ayama hodo bi na aka bomu a wo mate sa ECOWAS no na Niger, Mali, and Afi Burkina Faso so eka ho bi. Na so na nsan esan se asrafo beje aman hodo no boss nti no ECOWAS mpen for che se o matwe sa man miensan asensan so be kan pedu baabi no Nigeria man pani wurati ni bu kan se wo mo bete asrafo e be ko sa aman hodo no so akokoje tumi no e de ama aban ya to abade ayi no ehun san be de je nti e makuo yi so ye o madwene se sa na tie de a e na mo so betwe mo ho akokote ekuo onye se omo miensa no na ebehye wo se din wo from say Alliance of Sahel States na no na Ghana man pani John Dramani Mahama da tudwa chiremu say sa man miensa yi Burkina Faso, Niger na fe Mali eka ekuo aso fitititititi ti se ko ba se bia ban sakra bi tumi ban ti anu nti ye twe o masensan na se ye yi o ma ipemu a enya de ebo nti wo sere se o monsa mra fie san se efie eni fie.
We must not take this legacy lightly. It is one we must protect. It is one we must deepen and refine in the face of new and emerging challenges. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today our region is faced with a complex array of threats: violent extremism, growing insecurity in the Sahel, political instability, economic disparities, and climate vulnerabilities. In moments like these, diplomacy and solidarity must remain our first and strongest line of defense. The recent decision by Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to withdraw from ECOWAS is a regrettable development. Yet, even in this, continuous engagement must remain our lodestar. We must respond not with isolation or recrimination, but with understanding, dialogue, and a willingness to listen and to engage. Since assuming office as president, I've prioritized diplomatic re-engagement with our Sahelian neighbors. Ghana has appointed a special envoy to initiate high-level conversations with the Alliance of Sahel States. I've personally led missions to foster trust, rebuild communication channels, and affirm our shared aspirations. These efforts reflect our belief that we have a shared destiny as a sub-region, and that unity, however difficult, remains the best path to shared prosperity and regional stability. Ghana stands ready to serve as the bridge to help reknit the fabric of West African unity. We believe that through sustained dialogue, patient diplomacy, and principled negotiation, we can restore cohesion and rebuild trust in our community. This period, ladies and gentlemen, calls for even greater solidarity and understanding for the difficult challenges that confront our brothers in the Sahelian states. Diplomacy is not only about resolving disputes, it's about creating the conditions for peace, for inclusion and progress. It is about fostering mutual respect and advancing our common interests.
Na enei krata efri omampani akache ababeka yensa. Na wakrata ni muono wadi atu dwase wajina Ghana mamra so article 146 clause 6 eso ede suspende eye chief justice. Na petition bi ena nkofo bi ede kodan ye se womo percent ka ye chief justice yi edi free ho. Neno nenam so ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ejina sa article yi so ede suspende eye chief justice. Na sa article yi so no weyi empanifuo ekuku dama womo en womo ba behwa ye sa nhwehwemu yi. Na empanifuo a weyi womo yi eye chief justice Justice Gabriel ono eno ye chief justice Justice of Supreme Court wono eno ye chairman and afa Justice Samuel Kwame Adibu Esiedu Justice for Supreme Court ono eye member and afa Daniel Yao Domlevu wono eye former editor general ono so eye member and afa so Major Flora ono so eye Ghana Armed Forces wono so eye member and afa Professor James Sefa wono so eye associate professor University of Ghana wono so eye member sam penifui na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eyi womo se womo enye nhwehwemu yi na de ebekwa akosie no womo e de ababa beto abonten ama obi anso ensa aka.
Na saa mrai ni sansemo ekoba Chief Justice kuro ye hui ensemo a menhia safo na sebedwani enso aka eye ununyamfo nana eje bafo awua oyoloyani wo kire se enye enamra kwanso kra se mampani ebetumi ekase wa suspend Chief Justice wo kire se eye unconstitutional on UTV ekasai
Mema dwenimu de in the absence of such a regulation, the president doesn't have the power, or the president cannot exercise the power to suspend the Chief Justice. If we say, the entire American say he cannot exercise that power, no, and then say the exercise of that power under Article 14610 no, goes with the exercise of the amamra ewoho for the exercise of regulation power. Sa mamre no ene sa mane no eni ho sesei enti untumi entu sa namo no abra sa mamre ne sa mane ne nyedai eni ho de enti ama Chief Justice de no kra no sa mamre ne sa mane ne ehu hia nie wo Chief Justice a ewo se president ne bonidin president bonidin a se parliament anyina antumu a obey Chief Justice untumi nye Chief Justice se obey Chief Justice wia woni denti a was wo parliament no fi se wo hwe constitution no a the atentre ne perepere yo ewo eye Ghana for dia ene ye de ma judiciary into the ma judiciary na omo a exercise sa power no for and on behalf of the people it was wo parliament na parliament ko e ko approve no it parliament e ko approve no awie no so ansana president amana dinse akantam say Chief Justice on procedure for so if we say oh yeah the people's Chief Justice, this is what we need to appreciate. On yet the Chief Justice of the executive say process that wa constitution de ato ho no say bi obi adim de ekomu parliament in so sa nye de enimu bi de ebema parliament in sa abamu bie eye regulation no fi say regulation no e wo say beto parliament emi ye den yegitumu anase yenye den yanyintumu te say regulation na eni ho no untumi enyi exercise wo power under Article 146 no enyi Chief Justice no yedai emfiri ho. It is unconstitutional. So what I say fi say yeti we say eye fair and I say eye fair better na the people na omu Chief Justice na wuyi no better omu wunim de ko mu one e wa ha unim de ko mu. So what I say and regulation no here they here say in the absence of the regulation the president is removing the Chief Justice without the input of Parliament. The regulation would have set down the circumstance under which the president would have even exercised his discretionary power to suspend the Chief Justice. It's a regulation in here. So what I say, remember there, in the absence of the regulations required under Article 296 of the Constitution, the suspension of the Chief Justice is unconstitutional.
Nene Education Minister Honorable Haruna Idrisu wadi ato just say aban no ewo aye nhyehyeye bi say nyame ya adoma STEM education no wo mu di bi ekọ Atrensua Senior High School eno ewo Ahafomante mu.
Me request say you want science, technology, engineering and mathematics STEM education to become part of Atrensua Senior High School. This will begin in earnest at the beginning of the next academic year, granted by the Ghana Education Service. Subject to this sending a team to the school, an assessment will be made. Indeed, it will not be long. President John Dramani Mahama will launch a new initiative of growing minds and developing new enthusiasm in science, maths, and engineering education with the launch of a STEM kit, which we will launch in upper primary for primary 4 and 6, so that we grow the interest and enthusiasm of young people in the learning of mathematics, engineering, and science. Probably, I'm still consulting with the Honorable Collins Dowda whether Atrensua Senior High School or a primary school within this catchment area should not be the ground for the launching of this groundbreaking initiative.
What the aye one away, and what's all the BBC when so no be up and wow. A buying bar, no basse, Wakaka, na obeso so. A buying the madoso, Sikasem no Yabibia, na Babi to me. Inti ya Yabibia, that he had na Debia, the Dokonoka. Inti Sergeant Sacrano, I was a Inya Sergeant Sacrano, Nia Gideon Yadishima. If you say a honor, I was a chance free. They are tossing me, I was here 2 and a month. Then you know, near the BBC and say, I deal with here. Say, Yagidi near the sea and I deal with your Pessia, in I am come. Any Pabi Diano, Nanso Omono, Ebadiano said, Omo dear Nimu, Nina Yadinachi. They are tossing me and say, Yanko, the idea will be a or be a Sabia song, Sabia Yabu, so Sika, so Nisika. Bibi will more bet me the aboa at your mind and she.
Youth organizer Adema MPP ama yoku no e de atuja Salam Mohammed Mustafa say party no de amwedi no muni nko mfomso omo ye no omuhia bibi mfanfiri mu no omka omhomom se ne be ya 2028 yakwa abato mu a obetumi nkonim.
Before the elections, I stated so many places that I went that the NDC was not the problem of the NPP and that the NPP was the problem of itself. And that if we didn't unite, we would not win. It is still a statement of fact today. If all the 2.1 million people who didn't vote for us in the last elections did, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't. It's a lack of unity, the apathy that affected us, and we are here today. I want to implore all of you. The party is for all of us. It's not for Salam and a few. It's not for my regional youth organizers. It's for every member of the party, every admirer of the party. Come on board. Let's hold hands together. Let's move on. Now, a level playing field for everybody. Whether some of us remain in leadership or not, One thing I can promise everyone, all these years I have worked for this party. If God gives me the next few years, I will dedicate every single day of it to working for the New Patriotic Party to return to power. It is not about positions. It is not about positions. It's about our collective interest. And that's why I want the recriminations, the infightings, the insults, the divisions to cease. If we continue on this path, we'll not be able to unite ourselves. Without unity, we will not make it. And without making it, then we have become another pressure group than a political party. Therefore, to give meaning to being a political party, brothers, sisters, friends, everybody, the call has come on all of us. And I implore you, I pray you, answer the call, come and join, and let's all deliver to the glory of God. And by the grace of God, we shall not remain on the floor. We'll pick the pieces and move forward. The elephant is
yɛnyina wo so na yɛnkɔgye abɔfo nkra to di kan ba deɛ ka ne de bɛto aso.
adeshima mo mama kwa abaye to akase ebo no so edi amamo. National Youth Organizer Edema MPP Salam Mustafa nene wakasa ne wo ke ni na ne say NDC wo mo 24-hour economy no de wo mo de campaign bi kekewu ensheda nya de bi a wo mo say policy bi a wo mo ya ebebem wo mo twa 4 years ne say den kura sa 24-hour economy no entumi memenya de besi de biarada.
We, the youth of the New Patriotic Party, know that indeed, with time, everyone will come to appreciate the work Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has done. Even though today, the lofty promises that the NDC made that fell so sweet in the ears of Ghanaians and many of my compatriot youth today are all falling apart. The very famous promise of a 24-hour economy has turned nothing but a fiasco as far as this government is concerned. It was a promise of Adanko Adada Adoyi. Quite sadly, for a matter that touches on the prospects of the young people in our country, the NDC will find it so easy to throw out as far as implementation is concerned after having won a massive victory. Sadly, we were hoping to see that the NDC would implement a 24-hour economy within the first 120 days in office and also in their first budget statement. None of it is coming to fruition. And by extrapolation, I can state emphatically, in the next 4 years, we will not see a 24-hour economy with 1 job, 3 people, and 3 shifts. Yeah. It will not happen. Yeah. No, it won't. This shows the level of deception that the NDC engaged in as far as the electioneering was concerned. It was all for votes and nothing else. Even though they are still in the very early periods of their governance, the early signs clearly show that they are not going to do anything far in excess of what Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia government did. If track record is anything to go by, the previous government created over 1.3 million jobs. Today, the very people who canvassed on a 24-hour economy to provide jobs for young people are rather dismissing people who were rightfully employed.
Ewiamu sakraya enko yentina ama oman bia sori etu anamon se na be betumi aboa na abone manfo ho ban omaga na nso yesu ejina mu bi na eno enama Accra Metropolitan Assembly mpanyimfo de atodu echirem se omo boaboa mabuna no se na be ya mabunu nso be hu se ewiamu sakraya no se se ya eka omo daachi enti omo ahyase a omo ye ho dwuma dedendin a enye asemkuma kora na ablekuma south na shebedwani onunyafo Alfredo Oko Vanderpoy ene UTV edin komo efasem no.
Climate change asema ye kan no e real. Just every day yetumi hu se ya asase no sesa sensio to asema ba se wi abo asema ba enti natural disaster niama na eba enti niama esi no e wo se ye nso a ye wo oman no e wo se ye boy ye ho ban sanya ye si didi ni aye di sanya yesi yusu nsuo sanya yesi yusu power enya ade hina e wo se ye hu bibi wo nti nyama esisa no e wo se ye nso yesisa se ye ewura den na ye wo hu for far too long no yetumi hu se ye yusu waste na ye friend ewura no a ye ma enum yen na nsuo to a eni nyama na e ma effect nti e wo se ye hina ye boy ho ban se sa program ya wo mo ye a Bloomberg Foundation e di youth no ye no e wo se ye hina ye di ye ho hyem na nyama wo mo se wo mbe ye no I mean exceptional a che se e di change beba na sa change no nyama ye hina se si akra wo hwe wo mo ye cars cars wɔn use electric wɔn wohwɛ wɔn ɛyɛ electricity wɔn use solar ɛne nneɛma nti yɛn nso as a country no the time has come for us to change in the ways we do things na ɛmboa yɛn. Yes, yɛbɛtumi ayɛ. Everything is possible. It's in the mind. Ɛwɔ yɛ adwene mu sɛ yɛsi yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ a yɛbɛyɛ. Other places are doing it. Nti adanti na yɛn deɛ yɛnyɛ yɛbɛtumi ayɛ.
To participate in such a program, ɛbɛma youth no so demand no bɛ dɔɔso wɔn so they will have to now create an enterprise. No man called FRE or more other youth groups to be able to meet the demand. But what we also stand to benefit as a city authority is the quantity of organic waste after the handle market ni lorry parks no kwa nebe dadrin na use or more. Then we introduce them to the bigger industries to groom them, and then we'll get this bigger infrastructure that we need to, because through our Accra Climate Action Plan, by the year 2030 and beyond, and say the organic waste be a equal. And this is what will help us a lot.
You need some funding, you need some logistics for you to empower your people. And I say even the education now, in fact, when you are so now philanthropists, people should come on board on the advocacy for the climate change, because assembly members are willing, and some of them are doing yeoman job in their respective electoral areas. But all that we need more funding, we need more logistics. In their respective electoral areas.
Yemfa ye kase bono enkopie mu ewo Asante Mantam we wosoafo a wo ho Dr. Frank Amoakohene na yi wakasa wo say Kumasi Central Prison no wahye boss wo bekwa koye wo mu ase na ebe ya ho bi a wo mu komu ho no wo mu ho ebetumi ahahai wo mu kakra.
Na ochetwe mu ebepie mu ne Eastern Bremu eyade Asante Mantam aswafo munyamfo Dr. Frank Amoakohene ene Regional Coordinating Council ekaboma omo afahye kese a omato ne din Ashanti Fest 2025 enhyehyeye ne bi ede ne kopie mu ewo Kumasi Central Prisons na no ena apomudin enhyehyeye omo na omo twi moja wo de akwakoboa konfanoche abanya yaresabia ode nsemu etudwa
prison e do ba to refine you to rehabilitate you, make sure so be free. Now you are better off than Ufra Bontin. And as part of Ashanti Festival, they decided say, Yamra had ever held team put the spotlight on Omusu needs name one team before me bomb. And to mobile much we will call on the public. Especially carpentry for no our pairs or partner with prisons no come around. Prison commander, Obama opportunity, no matter no makasa, or more workforce, any manpower no media boa, no sweat media at media abua, or more into batik, tie and die, any entire pam, any even works, any day get a hunina, or more people have mobile 18 years and the money in Arabia. You partner with them well, we should be able to support them. Prison commander, I more amnesty list, I am our president, so and the Ashanti with them 65 and a free hair war list. Many president Becca Sania, so be able to my woman anymore, let me amnesty, and Abuama, and also numbers, so let me at in that regard.
And no Echino, Asante Mantam penny power down, Mitchell Regional Commander, the Ghana Prison Service, DDP Engineer James B. and me, Yare, Eso Kasaya, which
if we don't welcome them, they cannot fit in. One or two may feel that the prison is their home, quote unquote. They may reoffend and come back and will be in a vicious cycle. Reformation, reintegration, prison reforms as a whole. Society plays a key role. The state and the agencies in prisons do what they are supposed to do. But the outer society also have this role to play. So visit the prisons, get to know what we do, see how you can support. We have this skill training going on. We produce water, we do a lot of good things. We are looking for partnerships in any of the skill training areas, so that it will be an avenue for more inmates to train, so that when they leave the prison, you'll be able to eke out a decent living and not reoffend and go back to society.
Edu Easter Yesu amane hunu ebremu ani ne wusori ebremu na dwumade bibiri koso se na be betumi aboa de mu binom kai picnic ene de tete sa busua tumi hia ton se didie bibia kama na special gardens wo enkran ha ya tena bia ho efeye pa na omo so hunu se ho behia se obetumi bibi na ma manfo ho no omo so wani ebetumi aka na dwumedi omu yende na se woni ense ka kire se de nkwada na ni gie ya wofo wo na ni si gie no ye hwe bi
special gardens ebia woton afie na special gardens se de omasi aye wonum enioma no enam so ema afi we no wo mo hyeda hihye dwumedi stronko eno special Easter egg hunt wonum awarefo wo mo tete woni wo ma ena omo eka bo omo di dwuma etise yie enkwada ne bi firi achichiri benche be kan wo ho ema dwumedie no kama pa abra dwumedie no ekoso no opanyini wo no ena sales manager was special gardens ora Ransford Amo one nsentwofo kasa ye echichiri mu de enti adwempo we baaye ama omo hyehye dwumedie a etise yie
Easter ne dey say is a Christ has risen. It's risen indeed. We also talk about the fact that we have a very good AstroTurf park and we thought, can the kids egg hunts learn about the Bible, draw your sword, Bible reading, chapter verses. We have 2 or 3 pastors we invited. Let the kids have fun, but also learn something about why Christ died and he's risen today. But at the same time, do it for the community and neighbors around and invite everybody to come and just have a bit of fun, learn a little bit more, and let's spend time with the families.
Enwechi no yene ora Ransford Amodi nkomo e ma ne kire die ntia esesenka obi abenya ko beba betofie e wo special gardens wo.
The place Ameka say come and see. Seeing is believing. Ube hu a one say Adefe wa Krom. This is the first community, first gated community in Ghana that's electric charging stations, universally electric charging stations. Any electric car bia e Krom ha bia ya adapter man I bet me a charge. In Krofo ba ha de bia be charge car. Residents maybe one mo car sa e o mo ba be charge. Ya kran kasa no. Wo ba ha ye do call around there. Ye do call around wo golf carts more electric. One of the things that is unique about Special Gardens is the fact that we combine human beings and technology to be able to secure the community. So what we have guards from one of the best security guard companies in the country. But what we also do with them is that we train them specially for this community. And aside the training for them, we combine with technology where they have guard tour systems. And the security be obi andao. Want mean that because every 15 minutes, no, he has a point he has to punch in to show say but there's an entrance for residents. Residents have a key card. More car so to me enter. Guests who have to go through security. Security directs them. We even have scooter bikes where security will follow the car to make sure they get to where they claim they are going. It's also a call house number say security follows you to make sure you are there. Residents may be now a jam. When be and patrol the go back.
Ne krakra mu ne awofo ene wonu mu a eba dwumedie no asibi no edi nkomo ehwe se de o manigye no esi etie.
Me a resident wa ha e was Special Gardens. The name suggests a gardens. Ubaha ubehu trees, greenery. Amaha very cool. Aside that no and then you're very spacious. All the bedrooms are quite spacious. The living room, baby, kama. Almost finishing, so you're kama. And the interior is no so you're very lovely. I feel so pia bontia. Omo community center, baby, in Kolano bits media grow. Omo pool, almost our gardens, and a special place for football. For basketball, I had the manager who pa oyo bia or akola and as a one kasa wo pe bia ubetinana.
Here. Environment here very clean, very neat. Open say on to daya e wo baby a security near tight. Also so environment near kama serene so cool green, open nature, any kind of thing no. And open modern kind of daya ahana I'll recommend for you.
Ekwe 2 bedrooms and 3 and 4.
Nka 4 ye.
4 but to be amawate.
We closet na me de ba kwa ye mpaboa de.
Sa 4 bedrooms. Ona mton dollar na cedis. Ye twe ho aba ye ba ye beto e kase bo no so bontwe ye hi. Ewie da masese munya bretwa ya fe ye kokumase na oninyafo branya champon e da to dwe kirem se womo a womo so toso e hyehye ye e wadum blue light no behwe na waboa no watumi asisi dia ma womo obra ode sika e kokkoboa womo a ekoasa ho kirem no.
Emrashe bedwani owo abitifi constituency no ewo apie mantem onimnyamfo Brian Echampon emre bi atwam na ono ena ye minister for food and agriculture one ne mpanyimfo abepie mu ewo Kumasi Edum bebi a eja jampentu eto honom a adehye bibre na sese omutwa adwo efise store ahodo ewo ho ejapade a ewo ho dodo no asei na mra wokasa kire adwadifo no kire se waye krado se abrosan kase esiwa eno eye KM anasa aban ede a ehye no asante no tumfo se tutu autosumino woman kwan se obetimi asi ede ama adwadifo na ena afi Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly ena Regional Coordinating Council or the afi ba akopɛ ebesi abrosan asiwo ede ache adwadifo no na mra wokasa so no o kire se waba be pie mo no de sikapa eye 300,000 Ghana cedis enkare beka 3 billion and also what the ama adwadifo no a wokasa kire mu sei
yehu ede akoso na minim se market women and men traders have suffered significant losses na edikan me wo sika kakra me pese me DC executives no so na wono edebua omwa they are most affected and no enesika no 300,000 Ghana cedis titisika no 3 billion paranya eno nko ana me pese me ye efise esi metieti achire metieti ewo amanfo mu se aban besia ebekwa kosi sen asante man de ni wura eye ba ko pe eye asante hene otumfo menene bedin komo mene aban so regional minister any KM so bedin komo na esan ase a dan a esi hei me Brian Champon Messi senya na etie edi ama santeman enkodru se afi da ye de be ma me no enkodru afi no na eda we me peje esi ho edi ama omanfo no na woni sika kakra eka ye no na omoso edi afane ma ye de egum mesremu a me ma me kase ensi obi akwan enkrofo ejapade ahwere enti so obi obi a odi ba onkoso anu famra na woni fa enchema ejadifo no woni chase mfanye den enidwa no kopim se dan no so woni pene no odi be maye a ye be si ewie na ye de ama omanfo no
Joseph Bobie ono ena ye otetreni ede ma adwadifo a wo mo akọ adwuemu wo mo nkabom ku a ewo honom ono so ekasa kire mu sei
na miso pa sika waye se yamfa mo dwumadie yi osusu nyankopon ade be siaso baby aya wi sika yi efri ye bia ye be ka se brade oisao elipa hodo wa nyina mitina eduanuanu aya atori antam ka siese atoye anem se osusu nyankopon oisao bia ye da mo ase
ene day bra ye kase yan enche ye kra ne yete se pope watroa nananom ewonse edo na no nenam so ama eye Metropolitan Archbishop Cape Coast wono eno ye Most Reverend Charles Gabriel Palmer Buckle wakan sembia sisudua se Cardinal Peter Apia Texan wono NSSS abre ya ye kase wo ye panimu a yeso woda Catholic asori no ano na ne nchire mu a wode be ni na ne se Ghanaian Cardinal yi ye ka somu a wasomu yie pa na eba no ye academics mu science and social science dia na chese waben ewo mu yie pa enu nti se woka se wono NSS wo be ye asore no mpani ese so woda no dia na chese woka esan se wakwadere waben na Ghana fo ni na enhwe no mo mpaye se ne be ya wono ebetumi ababa be ye pope no na ama eye empuntuo enso aba o my Ghana yimu na ensemi a wodi tu dwan ni na woka wo se emyentna ho koba se ye kwa akofo bi foforo aba betena na mu esan se sa pope ya ye ken wo woni mudie ewo mu yidie na se wono eno eso wo se fata emye di sa leader yi de ehye ne nsa ensem yi eno wode ebetu dwa
Ye konsem fufuru ma Dr. Pa Kwesi Eduafo abidu datu dwechirem se ye ka ye kwaya ye se ne san galamse ne manema e ade a ene bresem pa anti se etumi hwe na ye bre na se na se ya mre na se mpo before kwampa so etu se na be ya enkonko se ne ametwa enwa hia.
Airline no, it was passed for a reason. Now, reasoning there, those days no, or earlier, or prior to 2022 now, law no, or passing to, or coming to being no, there were already threats on the forest reserves. People were mining in forest reserves illegally. Now, only bringing what other way, Ozikan, what did the president promise Ghanaians before coming to power? Or the Yakaide, President John Dramani Mahama, we know, a lot of factors came to play, including an environmentalist, some promises that he gave at Asa concerning what we think he should do to help control or fight galamsey and other protect the environment. And one of the promises from the environmental side is the fact that we don't agree to the mining in forest reserve, especially the haphazard mining in forest reserve and the uncontrolled mining in forest reserves. And so one can say you want to revoke it, then it's a good idea. Let's just revoke it. You see, if those times, the politics and politicians do away with the best thing at that time was for the president to dialogue with Ahen environmentalists and then said, okay, this is the problem. What do we think is the way forward? Because you see, I always want to be careful saying there, no mining at all. No mining at all, whether in forest reserve or whatever, no. Mining has a lot of benefits, socioeconomic benefits. The issue is always a problem when environmental impacts no oba. That is where we have a problem. In this anchor, we are looking at mine, all right, but can we be very strict? Can we be very disciplined in ensuring about mine without having negative impact on the forest? So one academic dialogue yet says the right model to use then them revoke on your issue. Most of them are mining in forest areas. But why is it that one is on your issue? Because when they mine, they restore the forest. When they mine, they revegetate and do what they have to do. They are able to bring the integrity of the forest back. When they mine, they don't just clear forest anyhow haphazardly and leave the place like that. There is a plan. If forest them hectares in the year miner, they will mine that area, go down, but then after quickly they come back, restore it, and then revegetate it. Until you're not even able to trace this forest area crampon, why a miner home put that. This is where some of us are quite careful to say the absolute ban of mining in forest reserves, basically I wish I can say that let's do total banning. But my point is that as far as there is gold in that forest, and that gold can, give us some benefit as a country, let us find a more sustainable way of extracting that resource from the forest, whilst we still have our forest integrity well maintained.
Yesi dia na possible ko nyina ya agya to mu ye pepsodent enkwada ni mpanifo dim fititititi obi anim na dadaada ema yesi achi nam no eye den ema yenum ye hwam ema yesi so ye fititititi enti sa wo sere akokuduro mu pa pepsodent de bidam ta ka se eye busuan chemfa ewie be gina we so e de ka se bonasi ne de asedama special eyes this way na finit fufo so mu so yasene midin e de agya kwabena mene
Nana Ekia Kobi
ye ne be som anadu no ntu ye be san ba yakra mu nyina